And we have another question from our community, and the order we will go in for this question, we'll start out with Kathy, and then go to Cali, and then Haley. The question is, in your experience, can a friend ever offer too much help to someone in an abusive relationship? Kathy?
Yeah, you can. I think it's important to keep boundaries. That sometimes we think we have all the answers for somebody, and we, can, be persistent in our attempts to get them to do what we think is best for them. But the more we push, the more invasive it feels, and the more they'll push back, especially if they're not at that yet. So I do think that you can be too, try to be a little too helpful, because again, if they think that you're emotionally involved in this somehow, it's going to be difficult for them, because they don't need anybody else to worry about at that point. And so it's important that you build a trust and a friendship and a communication, so that when they're ready, you'll be that person that they come to possibly, and then they'll be open to whatever suggestions you might have. But before that, you can just be pushing them away, which would not be helpful.
Thank you so much, Kathy. That's wonderful, wonderful sharing and advice. Thank you. Callie?
Yes, Kathy, I love the way you answered that question. And I think it would all depend on the relationship you have with that friend. Every friend is different. Every personality is different. You have to build that trust. What happened with my friend is she made me feel very comfortable before I felt very uncomfortable. So just knowing that, and knowing that the support that was given to her, I needed that in that time. That's something that I needed, and she knew that. And I couldn't have asked for a better support system.
Thank you so much for sharing your experiences. Thank you so much, Kelly.
Thank you.
And now Haley.
Yes, I think it's also important to evaluate the situation. Consider like what you have to offer. You can't offer what you don't have. And then also consider the person that's in the relationship. Something that might be helpful to one person might not be helpful to another. I think, yes, it's important to offer unconditional support, but I do think there can be a point where you're offering too much help, and I think that's different for every person.
Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing such important information.